Hi everyone, this is Cherie from Paper Pieces and Leftovers. So the legs go on the files first, and the rounder part goes on the left, the more square top part goes on the right as far as the legs. And I draw a line across the top right above where the body will cover them, and I cut off those upper portions. And then I trace along the bottom of the foot just so that way I know where to place it, like so. And that's just because the weight of my books cause indentations if the legs overlap in the stomach area of the bears. A few files do it, some don't, but this is just my preference. It's an extra step you guys don't have to take. So this file is from Marjorie Ann Designs, and it is Frannie Scrapping the Day Away. My brown paper of Frannie is going to be Caramel by American Crafts, and I ink the edges with Sandcastle by Catherine Pooler. After the legs are on, the feet are going to go on, but I don't want the feet as far apart as they are for the base. So you'll see after I glue the feet on, I'm going to cut the base that's exposed. I'm going to trim it down so it's even with the foot, and this is just something else I do. You don't have to do it. I just didn't want the feet as far apart as they were. I wanted them a little closer for just overlapping. So after the legs and the feet go on, the next portion is the stomach, his tummy, whatever you want to call it. And I use way too much glue. I don't know if I'll ever be able to use less. Just all those days of paper cement and beacons where you had to cover everything, and with the art glitter glue and barely art glue, you don't have to. So I'll work on that. Well, the larger ear goes on the left, so the smaller ear goes on the right, and those go on after the body's attached. And then the ear pads will go on after, which is the color Blush paper by American Crafts, I believe. If not, it's by Basil. I don't have it in front of me. But if you go to 12 by 12 cardstock shop, there's a search bar. You just punch in the color and it'll bring up the paper for you. And I use Do-Si-Do to go around my ears. The muzzle is the paper color Sand by American Crafts, and I went around that with peanut brittle. White is just white. I used the Versa Magic Sea Breeze on it. And the darker pink is lipstick. I went around that color with Sparkling Berry by Catherine Pooler. When you speed the video up, it makes it a lot harder to remember what's coming up next sometimes as fast as it does. So the darker pink is lipstick, and the lighter pink is blush. And I want to say that those are American Crafts, because that's most of the paper I stick with. Now this is a felt squeegee for vinyl. I got it on Amazon. And after the head is put on, once you get the ear pads on and the head on, then I put the muzzle on after. Then after the muzzle will be the nose. And it doesn't matter. I use smooth black cardstock for the eyes and the nose, so it can go either way. There's no right or wrong because both sides are smooth. The arms are the last thing to go on unless they're on the base, but they get glued behind for the most part unless they're posed arms like bear number 3 and bear number 4, which the other videos will show that. Excuse me. I'm getting over a little bit of a allergy flare-up. It's a pain in my rear end. So I cut out 2 different silver papers with this, and I used the silver mirror, and then I used the brushed silver color. I wasn't sure which one I wanted, and I caught myself here. I realized that the white pom-pom, the white circle, goes down underneath the silver piece since it's a crocodile clip. And I ended up not using the shiny silver. I wanted the brushed silver for that part. So I just laid it over that, which then just gave it more sturdiness, and I was okay with that. And I held it up to show you guys how the edges were silver and pink. That's because I just take a Sharpie and I go around it. So the base color, if it's a lot lighter than the top, I can't see it if it's not perfectly lined up. It'll just show the pink underneath, which then you won't notice if it's perfectly even or not. But also if it's sideways or tilted a little bit, you won't see the lighter color. I glued the bow on here, and this is the lipstick color. And afterwards I realized that I wanted to add stickles to it, so I did go after the end of the video and add stickles to it. And that color of stickles was Venus. I used a Micron 005 pen for my eyelashes if I don't use my stamp, and also for the line down the mouth. I was digging out my piece of acetate. The reason I use acetate is because my hands aren't very steady some days, and it ensures that my line is straight. The black circle that I drew actually does come with the file if you want to cut it out. And now I'm just taking my 08 Jelly Roll gel pen in white, and I'm adding my little accents to it. I do the inner pads of the ears, the nose, the eyes. Sometimes I'll do the hands. So after she's put together, you're going to go ahead and lay this diagonally. You want the bottom under the one arm because her hand's going to go on the top. And then you want the other one just above the bottom of the arms so it can go under the bottom, like so. She's already so cute and I haven't even finished her up yet. Oh. Now this is Pan Pastel Titanium White. This is very, very vibrant white, and a little goes a long ways. I've had this container for a long time. But I just add my little highlights to it. In the hands, the paws, and the stick, the nose, and I'm finished. Have a good day, guys.